Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the last day of our Droid Factory Advent Calendar reveal. I've actually done this once and I lost the video. I've had COVID and I guess I'm not thinking straight sometimes lately. Heavily medicated, so I just messed up. But I'm going to do it again and we will reveal it for you guys. So, we'll open it up from the beginning here. Take that off. Alright, so we got our 5 droids that are complete. And then, so today is the 25th. And he's right here. And I've already cut it because I did this once already, so. But I pushed it in too far to get it out. There we go. There we go. Alright. So here it is. I've already opened the bag, so that's why it's already cut. And we have a complete gonk droid that looks like a Christmas present. And that comes off like most of the gonk droids come off like that nowadays. And his feet, they don't have the spring loads in there, so you can keep them where you want them. So I like that better than those that you can't ever make them stand up straight. And I thought this one needed this bow more than this one, but that actually doesn't want to fit in there. The hole's not the right shape for it. This has got the peg for it's a little bit too big, but I thought that bow would look good on that present. I wish they'd given us a bow for him that fit. But anyway, it's been a pretty good little advent calendar. I've been impressed with it. You get 6 complete droids. This guy, you might notice he has a Santa Claus hat now. That did not come with this. That was one I had from Build-A-Droid from Disney Parks from before I found it, and I think he needed one. He has the Santa Claus theme. He needed a Santa Claus hat like this one has an elf hat. So I was kind of disappointed they didn't at least give us one Santa hat. But if you have a Santa hat, and you can get them pretty easily off eBay, I think. It looks good with a Santa hat. But that's what you get, minus the Santa hat. All that comes with the Droid Factory Advent Calendar. And I had told you I was going to open this up and let you see how it was put together. I'm sorry I'm so stuffy still. I do have COVID right now, and I sound pretty bad, but it's Christmas, and I wanted to finish our Advent calendar. And I'm going to get on I'm working on some video projects right now that will be pretty cool. Just give me a few days to kind of recover from all this, and I'll have a bunch more cool videos up, so please check back, give me a few days. I'm sorry that I haven't been getting anything new up the last few days much, but alright, so inside this, let me go back and show you this real quick. So the way this opens is on the front here. It's like it's got a piece of tape here, a piece of tape here, and a piece of tape here. If you want to open this, just cut this tape. This piece, just be careful with, because I actually peeled this piece off. It looks good. It peeled off pretty good without leaving any residue. If you want to reload this thing for next year and put different droid parts in it for your kid or something, you could reuse this, or you could put the same ones back in and do it all again next year if you wanted to. But I would recommend if you got it for a kid and they've already opened these, get you some Build-A-Droid parts and give them some different ones next year, and it'll be a whole new experience using the same advent calendar. But basically, all you really need to do is put a piece of tape right back there. These hold themselves with the tabs pretty good. So if you just put a piece of tape right there, it holds really good. And this slides out. I had thought this was black plastic when I looked at it, but it's actually clear. It appeared to be black when I looked in there. Each of these trays have a number, or it's one big tray, I guess, with little compartments. Each compartment has a number in it, and that's the day that you'd be opening. So if you wanted to reload this with droid parts, let's say I did a review on this guy, the what's his name? R6 Snow, I think. Yeah, R6SN0. Anyway, he was on an individual card. I did a review on this one. Let's say you got some of these other ones off eBay or something. You could take them apart and make your own new advent calendar for next year. So there's all the parts for SN Snow. So you go up here and you say, okay, this is number 1. We want number 1 to be the body. And then we got number 2 up here. So we want number 2 to be his leg. And number 3 to be the other leg. And number 4 to be, let's see, the head and the third leg maybe. If you really want to stretch it out, you can make just the head and then just the third leg. And then number 5, you could say is a hat and a scarf or something. That's his accessories. So in 5 days, you open it up, you got a complete droid, like was pretty much the pattern they had here. Anyway, you fill those up with droid parts, slide that right back in, and you got a droid calendar again, an advent calendar again for next year with different droid parts. And just you can get all kinds of Build-A-Droid parts. They don't have to be from Disney parks. There was a whole line of Build-A-Droids in the Legacy series of Star Wars figures back in the, I guess, around 2005 range, somewhere in there. And then there's all kinds of them from Disney parks. So, I mean, you can get different ones if you want to. Or you could just take these apart and put them back in and do it all again next year the same way. You got all kinds of options with this. It's just really cool. I would definitely keep the packaging, and I'm going to do that next year just to have fun with it again. I'll load it up with something. I might load it up this year. I'll probably forget what I put in there by next year. So I'm hoping they'll come out with more of these, though. Maybe they'll have a whole new one from Disney next year and have more original droids to add to my collection. But I really liked this. I thought it was a really cool holiday exclusive that they had. And so see, that closes up pretty good. You could tape this back here, I guess, because it does kind of pop out a little bit, but it holds pretty good just from the tab. But if you put a piece of tape right back here, you put a piece of tape right there, that would pretty much hold it. I had a piece of tape I put back on there actually, and it held it pretty good without it popping out, so I didn't have to retape all this one and this one. And then I lost the video, so I had to take the tape back off again to show you. But so let's look at the droids again real quick. Sorry. Okay, so this is, I don't think these have official names like some of the other ones did. The ones that come on the cards from Disney parks in previous years, they have like, oh, this is this year's actually. So they usually do a holiday droid for Halloween and one for Christmas just about every year since about 2015, I think. I don't have the 2015 one. I'll try to find a picture and throw it up. But the 2016 one was this one. It was R2H16, and that was like Holiday 16, 2016. And that was this one. And I don't have all of these, but I'll try to throw pictures up the ones I don't have. But this is R2 H16. And he had like a little toboggan, so I thought that was pretty cool. I think he's the only one that's had that toboggan that I know of. He has a little place there for his little eye sensor on the back. So it snaps on top of his head. So he's pretty cool. He's red and green and white. Real Christmassy looking. So we'll set him here. That's R2 H16. Now there's I believe it's R2 H15, if I remember right. But I'll find a picture and throw it up here, right here. And I don't have that one. And then I got R3 H17. And it was a little R3 unit. It's got the clear dome. And had a little arm on its head holding some mistletoe. And the mistletoe actually comes off, so that's real easy to lose. It's a very small little piece there of mistletoe. But it's got a little thick part there for the claw to hold on to. And I pulled it out. So, and that just, it has a little arm, kind of like these. They're pretty articulated, but and that goes on his head, and he holds some mistletoe. So that's what makes him a holiday droid. He's kind of gold color. So that's R3 H17. So that was the 2017 Christmas droid. And then there was R4 H18. That was the one that came out in 2018. And he has like all these colorful drinks, kind of like a R2-D2 had on Jabba's sail barge. So he has a little drink dispenser on top. And he's kind of clear looking. He's not really clear, but he's a little transparent. And it's kind of frosted, I guess you could say. Frosted in silver. And he's got all these colorful drinks. He has the third leg, but when you put the third leg on, he won't stand up. And if you tilt the legs for him to stand up, the drinks don't want to stay on. Because this sets on his shoulders. And it don't want to sit on the shoulders because the head keeps it from coming forward enough. So it almost has to be standing straight up. So really, he does better without that third leg when you're displaying him. But and these have little wheels on them even. I mean, they actually roll and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So that's R4 H18. And I'm going to just throw up a little, then we got the one from this year. So I don't have the one for 19, 20, and 21. But I'll throw some pictures of those up while I'm reassembling R6 Snow here. They put one out about every year though, and I'll do another one for the Halloween droids because they also do a Halloween one every year, and they're pretty cool. It's kind of a nice little collectible to keep up with each year if you want to, if you're into the little themed droids like that. They also have the ones for the Black Series now that are kind of holiday themed. I don't really like those personally, but these are, I like the vintage ones because they don't take up as much space. If you want to make a little diorama, some Jawas celebrating Christmas, which I'm planning on doing next year. Get me some of those little lights that run off of a little battery pack, the LED lights, and string them up, and have some Jawas strapping some Christmas trees onto some droids or something, and make a little sandcrawler droid display next year. So I think that'll be fun. But this Christmas is pretty much over, so I'm not going to try to do it this year. But maybe next year I'll have make a little screensaver with Star Wars figures or something for you to watch during the holidays. Okay, so these are the ones that I previously had, and this one I just got this year that I just opened. And then these are the ones that are minus the hat, because I added that from another droid factory. Build a droid that I had from Disney Parks. These other 6 came out of this advent calendar. So if I had the other ones for like 2015, 2019, 2020, and 2021, you'd have a pretty good set. So I may try to get those before next year and have the whole bunch. And hopefully they'll come out with another advent calendar next year. I'm sure they'll have a new carded one next year. But that's a pretty nice little holiday droid party going on there. So I appreciate you watching these with me and going through as I open these. I apologize again for how I sound. Hopefully I'll be well here soon. I am planning on doing a lot more of the Christmas catalogs. I've been working on finding page numbers and all that stuff for the ones I'm going to do. I plan on doing one for all the G.I. Joe pages and all the Star Wars pages. I'm going to break those into 3 different videos. It'll be Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. That way the videos don't get too long. Then I'll do some little short ones. Buck Rogers in the 25th century and Knight Rider and Dukes of Hazzard. Stuff that there's not an abundance of pages on, but enough to do a little short video on. And I think it'll be pretty interesting. I may even go back and look at some of the funny fashion pictures and stuff on a video. But for now, keep checking out my other videos. I'll be doing some more reviews here soon, and more Christmas catalog videos. But anyway, Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching, and tune back in soon. I'll have some more content up, and the channel should be starting to look better once I get to feeling better. And happy holidays.